Story. Company didn't buy the domains for their brands. Ended up paying me $75,000 after refusing a $25,000 increase in my yearly contract. So here is how it goes. I worked for a startup company since the very early stages as their only designer. For 2 years I was responsible for everything web and graphic design related. Packaging, collaterals, product images, Amazon listings, etc. Because they couldn't offer me benefits, they hired me as an independent contractor, so I wasn't considered an employee at all. Fast forward 2 years later, the company is making millions a month selling on Amazon. I told them my rate was going to increase to reflect the success of the company and the role I played in such rapid growth, but they declined and told me they were going to end my contract. Later learned they were planning to hire someone in India to do the job cheaper. Before they terminated my contract, they asked me to make a website to start selling their products and set up a subscription-based model. They had several brands, so I had to make several websites for each brand. Because they couldn't be bothered to buy the hosting or the domain, I ended up building the whole thing on my personal hosting with the intention of transferring everything once they bought everything needed to get the site live. Despite reminding them to buy the domains for all their brands and hosting so I could transfer everything before my contract was terminated, they ignore me. Notice that all their business was through Amazon and they only owned the parent company domain. After my contract ended, I handed over the files and bought a lot of the domain variations for their brands. Brand.com, Brand.net, Brand.store, Brand-industry.com, etc. A couple months went by and I got an email from the CEO asking why I didn't transfer ownership of the domains to them, and I forwarded him all my emails reminding them that it was their responsibility to register the domains and that I had bought the domains with my own money after they terminated my contract, so I legally owned all of them. He tried to claim trademark violation and start litigation, so I offered to transfer ownership of all the domains for $30,000 each. They had 3 brands, so $90,000. After some back and forth, we settled for $75,000. Signed a contract and they cut me a check. Note: I left out a very important factor, but I didn't want to make the post too long. About 18 months after the company started, it got sanctioned by the FDA and FTC because the name of all the brands contained a restricted word that requires certification, which was used prominently in all materials, labels, and packaging. While the name trademark was not affected, the logotype had to be changed, effectively rebranding the whole thing. So the domains they wanted were not the exact trademark. Example: brand certified products. Brand products on the box and materials.